Welcome back to the channel. Apologize for the noise. Got a lot of birds. Here where I live in Arizona, it's hard to explain, but this is how we water our yards. I've got this big valve in the back. I open it up for 45 minutes. It floods my yard and everything else. And unfortunately today I was editing a video and it went an hour. So I was getting in the pool. So now I got to clean the pool out. Yeah, what a mess. But anyways, so the birds are loud, so I apologize for that. But anywho, we're going to sandblast today. My favorite activity, because believe it or not, I think it's 9 a.m. and it's not 1,000 degrees. Today's July 22nd, I think. And it's not hot, so love that. So today I'm going to go through, like everywhere I welded and then ground down, I'm going to go through and sandblast. So I'm going to set up my camera far enough away that hopefully it doesn't get, or my phone doesn't get damaged. And then you'll see what's going on with the sandblasting. Stay tuned. Okay, swear to God, it just peaked 110. It's hot. I hate this. I hate this more than sanding Bondo. But anyways, here's where we're at. It is all ready for primer. Like everywhere I felt, of course I get rid of all that damn sand or coal slag, whatever you want to call it. But I feel it's good enough for me. Holy moly. I can see why people send this stuff out to somebody else to sandblast. Such miserable work. So there we go. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up early, probably not, and we'll get some primer on this sumbitch. Okay, it is the next day. I have recovered from that horrendous sandblasting yesterday. Something interesting. So my driveway, I'd left probably 2 bucketfuls of sand, or not sand, but the coal slag sitting on the driveway with the intentions of just cleaning it up this morning. We had a big windstorm last night and I am surprised it blew it all off the driveway and into my rocks. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to clean that up. And they got in the yard. So I don't know. First world problems. So it is 4:47 in the morning. It's been hot here in Arizona, and I have to get out here this early before the sun comes up so I can get this primer on there. It's been over 110 every day this month, so the low's usually been in the mid 90s, but now it's high 80s. So I'm going to try and get this primer on there before it gets too dark or too light or too hot. This is the brand of direct-to-metal epoxy primer I've been using. I had pretty good luck with it on the K10 truck I painted. I sprayed this on there and just left it primer for over a year, driving it out in the weather, out in the sun. And it seemed like it held up really well. So I'm going to continue using this paint. I was out here yesterday, kind of pre-mixed it, knowing I was going to get up early, and this primer really gets thick, and you really got to spend a lot of time getting it mixed up. So it's mixed to 1:1, so I'm just going to put, I guess, 32 ounces in, and then another 32 ounces of the primer catalyst. we go. Oops. Stuff smells horrible. It smells like, I don't know. It smells horrible. Okay, there we are. It's got a 1-to-1. I'm gonna mix this up and then leave it set for a little bit. It is now 6:20. I have to get ready to go to work. A lot of runs. Hopefully you can't see them. The camera. There's a lot of runs. I think I was going too fast, too tired. But I don't know. It's the paint is covered and protected. It's all getting sanded down anyway. So runs, to me, primer runs don't matter. But it is painted. It's the next day. Well, it's the next weekend anyways. It's a day. And before I hang the doors, I give it some more thought. I'm going to remove the windshield, sandblast the firewall, and like I said, first remove the windshield, but I'm also going to remove this sealant inside this gutter for the window. It's got some rust in there, and it's separated and cracked. I don't know if you can see that. So I think it's best to get it out. I already bought some 3M self-leveling epoxy that after I get it sandblasted, I'm gonna put that epoxy in, and then we'll do the primer. And this primer job, I was looking at it, it's been a week. I think it was just too hot because the primer essentially was just running. Either I was spraying it way too heavy, which probably because I was in a hurry before it got too hot, or it was just too hot. Because it ran, it was pretty thin in some places, pulled up in other places, but overall, the metal sealed. It was a direct-to-metal primer. I feel good about it. But now, I'll remove all this caulking across the top, remove the windshield, get everything prepped, and then do my favorite thing, sandblast. And we will hopefully today's Saturday, hopefully Sunday, I will be putting this white direct-to-metal up here. Stay tuned. So as I do this, I'm being careful not to mess up the metal. If somebody out there knows an easy way, if there's a solvent that dissolves this stuff, please let me know. Because I know sandblasting really doesn't take it off. I think it's pliable enough that the sand just kind of bounces off of it. Kind of takes it off, but not really. So if you know something, please let me know. But then again, by the time you let me know, I'll be done. So let everybody else know. In this process, you just find an old screwdriver you don't like, find a hammer that you do like, and then just go to town. See, it's not too rusted in there. Well, All right, it's a little rusted there, but no holes. And it was just kind of sealing along like the center of where that caulk was. So it's a good idea. If you're gonna be out there redoing your blazer, just get in there and dig all that out and redo it so that it doesn't trap water, because it's rust is, in my opinion, rust mostly comes from trapped water. So there we go, we'll keep going. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to film it because when I film, I have to turn the music off to avoid any copyright laws. So I will show you once I'm done. I've finished with that screwdriver hammer. Got all the sealer out of there. As you can see, it's all the way down to the end. And then I took my grinder, put that wire wheel on there, and went to town and got it all cleaned up. And safety thing. So if you're going to put wire wheels on your grinders, please wear safety glasses. Last thing you want is one of those wires to come up and like get in your eye or your face, or, well, I guess if you're just wearing glasses, your face is still exposed, but at least your eyes are good, and eyes are important. And I don't even wear gloves, which I should, because you'll see, I don't know if you can see that. There is a wire sticking out of my hand that I noticed, because I was like, man, what is bothering? Like, what's poking me? And essentially it's a wire. It fell out of there and then went embedded into my skin. But it came out good. There's no rust repair needed. Just going to get sandblasted. And now I'm going to move on to the window gasket. I've got a utility knife. I'm going to try and cut that out, get that windshield out of there. On my last truck, I took a hammer, beat the shit out of that windshield to get it out, and it created a glass mess everywhere. So I will, despite, because this stuff, you know, it's 1,000 years old, it gets pretty hard. It gets hard to cut. And I don't know an easy way to cut it. So, but I'm going to take my utility knife, take my time, maybe have a couple beers, and then slowly get this windshield out. Oh shit, this is easier than I thought. I'm sorry. Oh shoot, this is easier than I thought. I'm not going to reuse this windshield. I don't know, maybe I will. I'm going to try, because it's got a lot of the pits in it when you just drive a normal car. And I'm going to put this all back together when everything nice and shiny. And this isn't the original General Motors glass. But if I can polish it out, maybe I will reuse it. There's no cracks in it, which is good. It's got the mirror, it's got this. Yeah, we'll see. That seems to be the better technique. Just take the blade, go in between the glass and this, have it butt up, and it just cuts it right off. Okay, I got the gasket all cut out on the outside, and I'm just going to pop this out. Look at that, easy. Part the strips out, and now just take that death wheel. We go around, get all the butyl off, or sealer, or whatever was on there, and then move on to the firewall. Okay, we got the windshield out. Looks good, no rust. I did see up here that looks like General Motors just put a little little lead right there to complete the seal. Then it was just that seam sealer stuff above or just below it. There was nothing above it. So that's just an empty, I guess that was, maybe there was, I don't know. It wasn't when, sorry. There wasn't any seam sealer in there when I took this apart. So maybe it came off. Maybe it was there. I don't know. But again, good news, no rust along this. So now I'm on to, and I'm trying to restore this Blazer to how it looked when it rolled off the assembly line in 1972. So I've been taking extra care to keep track of these little bolts or screws. That's a bolt, that's a bolt. And where they go. I've thought about, because I'm missing some. So I'm like, okay, so now if I go and ask somebody, I'm like, hey, I see you're going to send your Blazer to the scrap yard. Do you mind? Can I send you $10 to send me a couple of these screws? Because they don't make these anymore and you can't get them. And then the person says, sure, for $100, I'll send you 3 screws. So I'm in Arizona. It seems that everything I need for my Blazer is up north or the Northeast or in the Northwest. And so what I'm looking for now, if somebody out there has a rear seat for a 69 to 72 Blazer, I don't care what condition it's in. I just need the metal. Please let me know. I may buy it. And then if you've got 5 steel 6-leg rims, I will buy those as well. The original rally type gray rims. I'd like to see some comments. I feel that someone painted this black on their own, but my question is, did General Motors do it? So if you've got a Blazer out there that's original, is it black like this? I don't know. So I just kind of want to go back to original, but that black just seems, I don't know, afterwards. But anywho, there's no rust, which is pretty awesome. Now I've just got to work my energy up to drag this out into this hot sun. Where all right, this is lying. It says it's 91, but I've got, again, the swamp cooler. And I feel it's hotter than that. So just kind of work myself up. I will get out there, sandblast this, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to put that white director metal on it and start body working it. I think I'm going to body work it all out. I've got like a dent in here. I don't know if you see those runs. Woo, atrocious. But I'm going to pull that out, and I've got a dent here. The other side's pretty good. That's the side I removed and then straightened out. So I'm going to take care of those things, start doing the body work. I'll get it in a high build primer and then maybe a sealer after that, and just leave it set until, and then I'll do the doors one at a time. Got to rebuild the hinges, get the doors to fit. I know they don't fit already. So we'll work on that later. Stay tuned. Well, we are out here. It's the next day. I did not work up the energy to do any sandblasting. Instead, I worked up the energy to crack open some Miller Lights and jump in the pool. So it is, it's still hot. Sun's still out. But we are going to be sandblasting today. So we are going to be sandblasting today. I got my little pressure pot. I got a bag of media. So the goal, I'm going to get the inside of the A-pillars. I'm going to get this, I got to stop moving this camera around so fast, so I apologize. But I'm going to get this gutter, get that done really well. So I can put seam sealer in there. There's rust up in there. I'm going to get that out, that A-pillar. And then all along top of the firewall. Then I'm going to sandblast all that stuff off the front, hopefully. And then that'll be done. Then I'm going to use the seam sealer. I'm going to go right on the metal with the seam sealer. And then I'll end up probably painting it later this week. Or primering it, excuse me, later this week. Okay, here's a half a bag of sand. You can see it gets in that valley really well. Let's kind of go up there. You can see it gets rusty. So clean that out. Clean this area out. And like I said, it was just a half a bag. As I was pouring it into the pot, it started clumping up. And I noticed that the bag must have gotten wet. So I just poured it out here. And the sun will hopefully dry it out. And then I'll be able to resume. Because right now I just had the one bag. And I do not feel like driving to Tractor Supply to get more. Okay. All right, here we are. I'm so hot. It's so hot. I swear to God. It is 115 degrees today. And I thought I could just get out here early, blast out some sandblast, and I got half of it done. You can see the sand everywhere. But I was just working from a 50-pound bag of sand or blast media. So it's just, you'd go 20 minutes and have to scoop it up and sift it, but it just took forever. So it's, I don't know, it's like 2 o'clock. I'm so hot. And besides that, we had irrigation today, so the yard is full of water. It's so humid, so hot. I'm gonna wrap up this video. So please stay tuned. And thank you everybody for subscribing. I'm in a good place now, so thank you. Thank you very much. Everybody loved those, K10 videos. So this is the K5 video. And everybody stay tuned. Got some exciting stuff coming up ahead. Thank you very much. Hey, Chevy, say hi to the group. Oh, come on, now he's peeing. He pees, you know, he's a boy, but he likes to pee this way. Right, buddy? All right. We'll see you later.